Good morning, Aurora. Good morning, Aurora. Good morning, Aurora. The time is 9:02 a.m. and you're listening to and watching Good Morning, Aurora, the second largest city's first daily news podcast. It's the last day of the month of March. It's also the last day of Women's History Month. And in that vein, we are proud to return with two great entrepreneurs that we have on our program today. My guests this morning are my dear friends Victoria and Skip of ACC of Illinois. How y'all doing?
Great. Good morning.
Good
How
to
are
see
you?
Absolutely. I'm doing very well, blessed, highly favored, as y'all are. I know, right? Right. Before we get into who you guys are and what ACC of Illinois is, how are y'all feeling this morning? We'll start with you, Victoria.
Well, thank you for having us here.
Absolutely.
I'm feeling extremely blessed.
Okay.
Very blessed.
All right. Skip?
Feeling blessed, fresh out of the cast. We in the Level Up. They got a nice new studio, y'all.
I love
definitely gotta come check this out. This is a Level Up
Shout
for real.
out, shout out.
Shout
Absolutely,
out.
yep. We, it's interesting because as we talked about before the microphones and everything came on, that consistency in what you're doing, right? Loving what you do and being proud of what you do and trying to help and do good things for others always stands you in good stead as you try to grow. You know
Absolutely.
what I mean? So with that being said, when we last interviewed you guys, it was 2 years ago at the old TV studio, and that was our first time and a lot of people's first time learning about ACC of Illinois. Okay, so let's start out on a general basis. What is ACC of Illinois, and how did it start?
So ACC of Illinois basically is an education platform. We are approved by IDFPR, which is the Illinois Department of Financial and Professional Regulations, to provide cannabis education. ACC developed a lot of different courses over a period of time. We are CPR instructors, certified CPR instructors. So we do BLS and ALS CPR training. We also do dispensary agent training, which is a mandatory training that the state of Illinois requires everyone working within the cannabis industry to take within 90 days of employment.
Okay.
So with those particular classes, we develop other classes to build ACC. So during COVID, when things were slow and people wasn't taking training, we pivoted and started doing tours where we were taking people from Illinois out to Colorado to go behind the scenes of dispensaries. It was really cool. They went behind the scenes of vertically integrated facilities. And what's vertically integrated, meaning that it's a dispensary, a grow, and processing facility all in one. I also was able to expose them to some African Americans in Colorado that had businesses because this industry is such a predominantly white industry. And everyone in Illinois, they wanted dispensary licenses when Illinois first went rec, but I wanted them to understand the fundamentals behind running that business. So taking them behind the scenes gave them an insider of what it actually takes to operate that business, and also to monetize it as well. Because a lot of people, a lot of markets are failing, and a lot of people in Illinois was like dispensary. But when you go behind the scenes of a tour, you can make informed decisions because maybe dispensary might not be in your price range. Maybe you want to get an infuser license because there's a lower entry point. Because, for example, here in Illinois, an infuser license only costs you $5,000 a year.
Okay.
So, and then also transportation was a lower entry point, even though the state did not do very well with that program. Those licenses were only $10,000 a year to, pursue. So going behind the scenes allow people to make informed decisions about which license type they would apply for and what they will pursue in the cannabis industry. So it was real educational, just making sure that people are informed and they understand and they're aware of this industry and how it actually operates.
Now, when you say the state went rec, what you're referring to is when the state became recreational cannabis was allowed in the state.
Correct.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. January 1st of 2020, the state of Illinois went rec with recreational cannabis. We started with medical, and then once we went rec now it's open to everyone to purchase, and you can just walk into any dispensary and make a purchase.
Okay. All right. Skip, let's talk about your history with ACC, sir. How you feeling?
I'm doing well. I'm doing well. The tour she's talking about, I was actually one of the people she got off the tour. We met. I was super excited to get into industry. Obviously, I'm a grower. That's
Okay.
my heart and love. I'm the grow instructor for ACC.
Okay.
So I had a bunch of ideas, and she had a bunch of ideas, and we talked on the bus for literally like 10 minutes, and it was like, let's do it.
Okay.
So I've been here since day one. She's probably the greatest mentor I've ever had on this side, especially in this industry where it's pretty cutthroat, I'm gonna be honest. She's never held me back from nothing. She pulled me in every meeting. I've been everywhere with her, so I'm forever indebted to her.
You know, in the history of our program, you guys are only so yourselves and another young man named Jordan are the only folks we've ever interviewed in this industry.
Okay.
So when you talk about things like the difficulty of work and maybe sometimes how cutthroat it is, the lack of representation of people of color in it, like I'm reminded of that as scroll my Instagram and I look, like, you're right. It does seem to be predominantly there's a lack of people of color in the industry. And I wonder, since it's been going on in these past 5 years, or at least in the last 2 since we talked, has that increased? Has the number of participation of people of color increased? What have you seen? Okay, take some time with that.
All right.
Let that marinate.
Well, that's a good question.
All right, that's a great question.
You did see an increase of African Americans, of people of color, not just African American. People of color now are involved in the industry, but do they really have the ownership and control of their licenses? Most of them do not.
Okay.
Most people were point system to get the license, if that makes sense.
Part of a larger organization, perhaps? They're the front person?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a great way to say it.
That's a great way to say it. Yeah, that's a really nice way.
I mean, come on. All we do is real talk, truth to power.
But you know what? There are some predominantly black dispensaries out here that are in control of their dispensaries. For example, Exoleaf and Decaf. That is a true black-owned dispensary, and those ladies, they all came from the medical field, anesthesiologists, RNs, and they're vertically integrated. You have another one that just opened in South Beloit called Cloud Haven, and they are African Americans, predominantly black. Okay. Yeah, they are. Okay. And so we do have a few of those companies of people of color who actually have ownership and control. Because ownership is one thing, control is another. Some people are just a name on a license, and it's being operated by the people who have the money to control the license. And so, you know, it's good and bad in everything you do, so you just really have to take the positive and run with it and not even dwell on the negative side of it. But to your point, there are more people of color in this industry.
I asked because you guys' events don't seem to have slowed down at all in this past 2 years.
It's a motive. It's a local motive.
Exactly, yeah. The footprint is expanding. I see more people you guys are working with and everything like that. I look at the pictures. You know, you can zoom on Instagram now. I look, and y'all it's a lot of people.
Yeah,
it's a lot more. I'm seeing the place, Chicago here, Aurora there, some rock, like we talking about Colorado. So hats off to you. Y'all doing continued good work. So
thank you.
Appreciate you.
The time is 9:11 a.m. If you are just joining us, good morning to you. We're here with friends of the show, Victoria and Skip of ACC of Illinois, to talk about many great things. And also, not only that, I heard.
You said I heard.
I heard that you recently got 2 accolades. Talk about those. You are the first black woman. Let me make sure I got it right. You are the first black woman in Illinois with a specialized distribution or dispensary. Actually, I hope I didn't mess that up.
No. It's first black woman to actually launch a product. So first, the books. This was my first product. People don't know that, but my cookbook
Look
was
at the
the
date on the
first
book.
product. Look at
Look at the date on the book.
This is such an old thing, and I love it. Green Rose Dispensary, downtown Chicago, was the very first dispensary to carry this book and give us that opportunity.
2020.
Yeah, 2020.
Yeah. That was a big year.
See?
2020 was a big year.
So this was the first product launched in dispensaries, but your two accolades that you speak of, I am the first Black woman to launch a vape line in the state of Illinois, which is Wake and Vape, those vapes right over there that you have. And then recently, I just launched a pre-roll line called Wake and Puff. So we're the first Black woman to launch a pre-roll line in the state of Illinois.
Congratulations.
And we very, very proud.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
I really mean it.
Absolutely. No, I do too.
Thank
Congratulations.
you.
Great product too.
Oh
Yeah.
man, I'm getting so much feedback. I'm getting great feedback off of it, so we're really excited. But one of our flavors
like the
already
Google
sold
reviews
out.
up too.
So
Yeah, like the Google reviews.
Well,
So one thing I do want to know is when it comes to the benefits that can be, that cannabis provides for folks, whether they're dealing with, anxiety or any host of other issues. That training and some of those tips and pieces of information, can they get that as well from ACC of Illinois, or do you guys work with any other perhaps groups and anything like that for joint classes or that type of stuff?
So we work with different organizations. Well, number one, you can't make medicinal claims on cannabis.
Okay.
So it's not what you say, it's how you say it.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, sure. Hey, I'm on the outside looking. Of course. Let me. I want to make sure I do it right. So
Right.
I'm not a member of the industry. So if I have that wrong, I apologize.
No. I'm really happy here to educate and support. That's when we got into this industry on the back end to make sure we are properly educating people, because there's so much misinformation out there as it relates to cannabis. So education is very, very important.
And I think and it kind of, we're also talking rec as well, right?
We're talking rec.
Okay. All right. I see now. Now I get it. All right. I work with a lot of veterans and people who are senior citizens and things like that, and trying to get them to, for some vets, understand some of the benefits associated. It's a cultural taboo thing. It's a generational thing.
Yeah.
So it's still the devil's lettuce to these people.
Honestly, that was the purpose of me launching the vape line, Wake and Vape. Because I wanted to help dispel the negative connotations around cannabis and create a safe space for consumption and education. I'm a soccer mom, so these bright colors is because I want my targeted audience is mothers, women. And so being a soccer mom, a lot of moms want to consume cannabis, but they're afraid to do it.
Right.
So they'll send one mom to a dispensary to buy the cannabis for all the moms. Like she come with the goodie bag, like,
Oh yeah, I got
Passing out trees,
five.
right?
So you want to make sure people.
That sounds familiar.
Yeah.
So you want to make sure people are educated and they're comfortable to safely consume cannabis. And we have done different things. We have done a veterans event with Stash Dispensary in Orland Hills, Illinois. Yes, Stash Dispensary. So we do, for Veterans Day, we did it on Veterans Day. And we bussed veterans out to that dispensary and we gave them some education. We had Doc C, who is Dr. Mauricio Consultor. And actually, this is his facility. We're working in manufacturing the vapes out of Doc C's facility.
Okay.
He's the first doctor who prescribed medical cards in the state of Illinois.
Wow.
So yes, we're working with Doc C, and he came out. So he is always willing to come out to different events and write medical cards for people who don't have them, and give them a nice discounted rate as well.
Okay.
When we did the 5K for the Catherine J. Thompson's Foundation, the breast cancer walk in Aurora.
Quint.
Yes, yes. You know Quint.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Shout out.
He really tapped
shout
into the
out
city.
to Quint
Shout out.
because guess what? It's coming up on that time again.
Absolutely.
Yes, so
Absolutely.
everybody should start training for that 5K.
No,
'cause
real
we
rap.
outside.
Absolutely.
Supporting breast cancer and survivors. That event, by the way, was amazing.
Mm-hmm.
But we did have Doc C come out to that event,
Yep.
and he spoke at that event because knowledge is power.
Right.
And we have to be willing to keep giving that information and dispelling the negative connotations around
Absolutely.
cannabis.
Yeah. You know, he's another one, an individual who's doing it and started doing it for the right reasons.
Yes.
Absolutely.
And when you continue to do things, work with others, and kind of sow that good seed, combine it, breast cancer awareness,
Absolutely.
you know what we're talking here, Rec. I saw that event. I saw it online. It was very well done.
I
did it. I ran it.
The videos and the pictures I saw was very well done.
She ran it. She was
Yeah.
my
I
sub.
ran it. I ran that.
She like
I ran
Doug
that
Curtis.
race.
She was my sub for
I
that day.
got to the finish line. I did not properly train for it, but one of the things that I did do for that breast cancer event is I partnered up with some hairstylists, Takata in Chicago, and I had a bunch of wigs styled for women who were battling breast cancer and survivors of breast cancer. And we basically did a no questions asked. We had all the wigs styled and we had them put on mannequins, and we allowed the women to come and just pick their wigs and, you know, ask whatever questions. And I'm really happy and excited about that event because Quentin put a lot of time into planning it, and it was beautiful.
Definitely was.
Really
Absolutely.
beautiful. Hearing Officer Starr from the Aurora Police Department story, you know, it was amazing. And I think that more people should come out this year because it's going to be even better.
When's the date? Is the flyer out for it yet?
You know what? I'm supposed to be talking to the team. I have asked to be on the board for this foundation, and I gladly accept. So I'm supposed to be meeting with them, and we'll have the dates, and we'll be putting it out on social media all over. Of course, we will love, you know, we sponsored people for this race too. So this 5K, Wake and Vape did sponsor some runners in the 5K. So even if you cannot afford it, if you have a family member that you want to give back to, let this be your outlet. So
Send the flyer to a brother.
I
You guys
will.
know you always got support from us,
Thank you.
man.
Thank you.
Gotta support the city.
Now, what has been the response of Wake and Vape? How are the people feeling it? I mean, what they
well, I can say one thing: the sales do great.
Men lie, women lie, numbers don't.
Hey,
Wake and Vape.
numbers don't lie.
Numbers do
Numbers
not
do not lie.
Numbers don't lie.
Numbers
And
don't
we've
Berry
been
lie.
going
Bliss,
through it.
Sunrise, Mango, and Twilight Berry. And there's also a couple other.
So
flavors
those are
as well.
limited. Those other flavors were limited editions.
Okay.
They were lemonade, Lux, and coffee. We
yeah.
ran through them so fast. We
Espresso
thought,
Escape.
yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
Lord.
my
That's
God.
your joint.
Oh,
I'm a eliminator.
Really?
So-
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
an eliminator over there.
So, you know, there's been an insane demand to bring those coffee vapes back. They were a limited edition, and they're very hard to find because we sold through them so fast. We thought we had enough to carry us into the mojito line. 'Cause we launching a mojito line of vapes soon.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah.
Yes.
We outside.
We have, hey,
We
it's gonna be
outside.
nice and
It's
refreshing.
We,
Tell
out-
them back outside.
we outside today.
The weather is getting nice. It'll be a
Yes.
nice compliment. Nice compliment.
Oh, most definitely. So we thought we had enough hardware to sustain us until the mojito line, but they were selling out so quickly.
Okay.
And here's the thing: we have only saturated 25% of the Illinois cannabis market. We're not in all of the dispensaries. And so, it was two reasons for that. Number one, we didn't want to race to the bottom. We wanted
Right.
to go slow and steady. We wanted to put a lot of effort into building and maturing relationships with dispensaries in Illinois.
Right.
And we wanted to take care of the bud tenders. So that's what all
Absolutely.
you see, all those events and those pictures and those crowds. Those are events that we do for all the Illinois bud tenders in the state so they can learn about new products coming. We allow them to try products, and then we allow them to party with us. So
Yeah.
the food is free. You
Right.
know, I just don't buy alcohol. because I don't drink alcohol, so I can't, support that. But it's a good time to like really manifest different relationships, to bond with the bud tenders, to show appreciation, and just a great networking opportunity. So we've been on a slow and steady pace, but those dispensaries, we consistently get reorders.
Absolutely.
Sway Dispensary.
They loyal. Shout out
They
to
keep
Sway.
us. Shout out to Sway Dispensary
Sway.
in Chicago. Actually, Edie Moore, the executive director from Chicago Normal, is the owner of Sway, one of the 3 owners of Sway Dispensary. And that dispensary tends to try to carry all the Black brands to make sure that our brands are seen and we're heard. And my vapes do extremely well in that store.
Okay. And it's in Chicago?
It's in Chicago. So I want to say it's 3300 North Halsted, but it's not on the corner. That's just the landmark.
Gotcha.
It's
Like
33, maybe 40 or 33 something North Halsted.
It's a rookie mistake, y'all. My bad. That ain't happened in years. Come
It's
on,
cool.
Kurt.
You big money.
Kurt.
You leveled up.
Look at the
He's
studio.
a level up. Y'all gotta understand. He
See
can do that.
studio? Like that, yeah.
He can do that. Y'all got to see this
You
place
see
for
the
real.
vibes here?
Right.
Yeah, it is a vibe. Got the
It's
blue,
a vibe
got
here.
The blue
Yeah,
sequence
you
in the
gotta
back.
come on down here. You gotta check out the stew.
Straight up.
Tell him I'll call him back.
Hey, he gonna call you back.
He with his cousins right now.
My people and them.
Yeah.
It's at 3300 North Halsted.
North Halsted. It's called Sway Dispensary.
Okay.
I really, really love this dispensary. And you know what they tell me? I go down to the stores here and there. Some stores I do book signings at, some of them we do pop-ups at, just to spread brand awareness. And, they sent me a email and they said, hey, we got to stock up real soon on those vapes. In the month of December, my vapes were the #1 sold product in their store.
Oh, wow.
And they did over 8,000 in sales. Now, mind you, I only had 5 SKUs.
Right.
I started with this 3, and then I had the 2 limited edition. And so we asked them, we said, hey, who's the bud tender that sold the most? And they gave his name. His name is Cam. Shout out to Cam at Sway. And so we did a thing for him on Instagram, like tagging him for people to tag, where's Cam? We also had a trophy created for him. And every week we gave him something to show our appreciation. Our last week, we gave Cam a gift card because a lot of these brands out here, they drop product in your store and you never see them again.
Right.
And so we work 3 times as hard, to make sure they know that our brand exists. This is a real person. This is a local brand, not from out of state.
Right.
I was
Right.
born and raised here.
Absolutely.
And so, so Sway Dispensary is like one of our greatest clients because they, they definitely support. And you got to know your demographics. That's a vape town. They love vapes and they love pre-rolls.
And where's it at?
3300 North Halsted.
Oh, that up there. Okay, yeah.
And our pre-rolls is going to Sway today.
Okay.
Today at, I can't give the time
we don't get no
because
time.
we can't.
Just go by
for
Sway and get the
security
pre-rolls.
reasons, we can't give out the times that the delivery's
All
going to
good.
show
Yeah,
up.
I was
Of
gonna be like,
course.
whoa.
But
Right,
just make sure you slide it to Sway Dispensary. Sway Dispensary is the first Black-owned dispensary that is carrying Wake and Puff. The first, nope, I'm sorry, I'm wrong. Mystic Green is the first Black-owned, but Sway is the first dispensary in Chicago
Okay.
to carry Wake and Puff. And I'm originally from the south side of Chicago, Inglewood.
Okay.
So I'm
Shout
very
out.
proud. Inglewood. Shout out to all my south siders, everybody. We love the south side.
9:25 is the time. If you are just joining us, you are watching Good Morning Aurora, the second largest city's first daily news podcast. We're with our friends Victoria and Skip of ACC Illinois, talking about Wake and Vape, brand new product line of pre-rolls and also disposable vapes. So with the last bit of time that we got, what's next? What's the next 5 years look like?
So we're dropping new product, of
Okay.
course. I don't really want to give it away yet.
Sure.
though,
No.
but I'm excited about it because
It's being put together
he's
up
like,
here.
tell him. He's so.
Can you sprinkle us with a little
All right,
something?
we'll sprinkle you out a little bit.
All right, so one of the items that we're going to be launching is going to be gluten-free and vegan. And
Edibles?
yeah, they're edibles.
I gotta see this, man.
Yeah, we coming
I'm
with
just getting
edibles.
ready for it. I'm just getting prepared for it.
We got edibles coming. We
Girl,
have
gluten-free?
gluten-free, vegan, and the packaging is amazing. You know,
Soccer
I put a
mom's
lot of
going
time.
crazy.
Soccer mom's going crazy.
Vans all over the place.
Come on, soccer moms.
Yeah.
You
Timmy,
know-
keep chilling.
Yes.
He said
You
bands
see,
all over
one
the
thing
place.
that people don't know about my vapes, the disposable vapes, we have a charging port on our vapes. And if you open up one of those boxes, there's a silicone mouthpiece. That's how much I thought about women, because we wear lipstick. So we put a lot of thought into them. And then you got to, let's help them out. Let's open up those other boxes, because it's words of
Don't be
affirmation.
selfish. Yeah, it's words of- yeah.
Turn that box over.
Yeah, you
Let's
gotta
look at
read.
that
You gotta.
box.
Oh,
It's
my
elegance on
goodness.
that.
Yes.
We
Oh,
put
we
a lot
Put
of
a
work
lot
on
of
that.
time and
So
effort
you
into
open the
developing.
box and it says, inhale confidence, exhale doubt.
Yes.
I like
Now
that.
open that mango box.
Okay.
It definitely took us about 3 months to get those.
Yeah,
give you that
yeah. Oh yeah. You know, this is not something we do. That's, you know, I'm just gonna open this. Well, I might not be able to do a great job. It's childproof.
Be gentle
It's
with
Vicks.
yourself. You're doing the best you can.
Uh huh.
Ooh,
Yes.
I like that.
So every single packaging has words of affirmation, and so with our edible line, it's going to be a very unique product, and people are going to love it. It's going to represent this brand. So you got it open.
I
This one
can't
is
get
take a
it.
deep breath and relax.
Take a deep breath and relax. And our coffee brand, you know, and our lemonade Lux, it, you know, told us, you know, today is your day to conquer, to shine. You know, the words of affirmation, the silicone tip, he can't open it either. All right, yeah. You know what? Let me show you a trick. So everybody that's trying to open vapes, because this is a child-proof.
Right.
So we can't even get in it. That's how childproof it is. It's sealed. I always tell people, take a pen and cut right through it. Boom.
Gotcha.
Ta-da, open. And it has a disposable charging
wow.
port, type C. And then that's the silicone mouthpiece there. See that?
Yeah, when she
So
first
when
told me
women
about that,
have
I'm like,
lipstick
whoa.
on, they don't have to worry about it rubbing onto their vapes and things of that nature. I had every thought of how I wanted this brand to represent us as a company, myself as a woman, and also all the moms that are out here that are surviving during these soccer games.
Right.
And track season just started for my kids, so y'all know how that go.
Y'all just sitting there.
We just there
Right.
in the bleachers.
Like,
And
I just-
sometimes the
Like,
bleachers
girl, I
are
need to
wet.
stimulate my mind.
Yes. So, yeah, it doesn't smell like cannabis. It fits in the palm of your hand. So how would they know?
Right.
No one would ever even know.
Your products are very nice.
Thank
It's
you.
Very,
secretive.
very well done, and
you.
a lot of time, care, and professionalism put in them. Y'all keep rising and shining.
Thank
man,
you.
Rising and shining. Yep.
I love the Keisha myself. But
Okay,
that's a whole
yo,
nother
so
thing.
the pre-rolls are, we have Wooga, we have Keisha,
That's my favorite.
and we have Dirty Eagle.
Dirty Eagle.
Oh my God.
Oh, Lord. We are out of time right now, but we're going to put the link to the Instagram handle, Wink and Vape, as well in the description of this video. And I would encourage you guys to please shout out and support and follow ACC and also Wake and Vape. Check out the products. And be sure to head up to 3300 North Halsted. What's the name of the business?
Sway. But wait,
Sway.
we here in Aurora
You gotta go
too.
to Prairie Cannabis.
You gotta
that's
go to Aurora Light and get your Wake and Vapes.
Aurora
Facts.
Light.
Aurora Light, Prairie Cannabis, right off Route 59.
Yep.
Aurora Light is off Orchard
Off
Road.
Orchard next to Home Depot.
Right
Okay.
next in the Home Depot parking lot. You can go find
Yeah.
these vapes right at Aurora Light.
These vapes are here in Aurora.
And
Yeah.
the Aurora Light dispensary is owned by Aurora natives. They were born and raised here in Aurora.
Okay.
And they own a dispensary. They brought their business here. And they do carry Wake and Vape.
Y'all think y'all could ever set up a little, could we do like an interview or a tour there?
Absolutely.
All right.
This the
Let's
crib,
make it
man. I'm
happen.
from the crib.
Okay.
Yeah, let's
The
make
crib
it
gotta
happen.
support
we
the
talked
crib.
to Blake and Chris and
We'll do that
the
offline.
Aurora Light team and get a tour
Okay.
going. Yes, absolutely.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned,
All right,
everybody.
ladies and gentlemen, I hope that you guys enjoyed today's episode and interview. And I hope that you guys have a blessed day, a positive day, a fantastic day, and an uplifting and prosperous rest of the week. Good Morning Aurora will return with more news and great interviews. Take care of yourself and each other.
YEP gives me a lot of hope for the future, not just here locally, but as those kids go out into the world and they share their perspectives and their passions, it's going to be infectious. It's going to spread. So they're just an amazing organization that sets their partners and this community up for success. The future of this community, and honestly the country and the world, is bright with the kids that are on that YEP program, because they're going to save the world. They're doing incredible work, and to just get to know them and learn about their passions was a very fulfilling experience for me. Without the Community Foundation, it would be much more difficult for Hesed House and so many other organizations here locally to enact our mission on a daily basis.
Being a local business in Chicago, we've always worked with community banks, but over time, those smaller banks started getting acquired by larger national footprint banks. It became time to work with Wintrust to meet our needs without having to have that big bank feel.
Wintrust understood what they wanted to accomplish, and they've increased in size 5 times over.
As we continue to grow, we're going to keep needing to borrow, so I'm sure they're going to love that.
Serving their needs. It's really the foundation of what Wintrust commercial banking is all about.